of the changes as well in the province with the upgrading of the curriculum and all of the reform, they have raised their standards. So entrance standards into post-secondary have raised. They have also had an increase of the number of students going on to CEGEP than in previous years. So it's becoming an issue because the number of students wanting to stay within province and enter certain fields, they're not getting access. So right now we're working with the ministry to look at what our options are. I was given a proposal by the ministry, and they're working with First Nations groups across Quebec. All of the schools that they've been working with at this point have signed on this agreement. What they're asking is that we take their math exam, their language arts exam, and their science exam. For second language exam, they would give us the option of writing a French exam or our own Mohawk language exam. So students can opt to either write French or Mohawk as a second language, which would be unique for our community. In addition, we would be able to design our own program and write our own exam for history, for social studies. So we would not have to write the Quebec history exam. And our students would gain equivalent credits for the history component for their diploma. So there is a lot of flexibility and ways to individualize it to our community. Now, we have not agreed. This was a proposal that they had put forth, explaining that since the Entente has expired, that they would be willing to extend it for another year, possibly two if we need that amount of time to prepare for these exams. But that definitely we would have to write the math, science, and language arts exam. The issue is that this is not my decision alone. This is a decision of the community as to what direction we're headed with the schools in the community, as to what the parents are asking us to do, what type of certification they're asking for. I'm uncertain at this point whether the issue is with writing the exam or with submitting for a ministry diploma, because there are different ways we could negotiate, as in saying we write the exams but we keep our own diplomas and we issue our own credit listing through our own Datavan system, and they would not receive, it wouldn't be a Quebec diploma, it would be our own diploma. So we have quite a process of change that we need to start working on. Whether we do ministry exams or not, we still need to ensure that our programs are equivalent and equal. This will help also in our process in discussions with the ministry. We have to be very careful, and nothing is being rushed. Although we are meeting on a regular basis, we're not rushing into signing anything, and nothing will be signed unless all the community is informed and they're aware and in agreement with us moving forward. Because I do realize that once we take steps in one direction, there's really no turning back. We can't accept to do the credit system and then the following year decide we're not doing it anymore, because we would have already set a precedent with the CEGEPs, and they would be expecting that. As things change within the province, we have to keep up with those changes as well, whether we're doing it independently, or in conjunction with the ministry changes. We still need to ensure that our students are prepared and ready for whatever they would like to take on, whatever challenge and career they would like to explore.
The Kahnawake Combined Schools Committee General Parents Assembly meeting will be held on Wednesday, January 19th from 6:30 until 8:30 p.m. at the Cattery School cafeteria.
The benefits of going to school in our community to me is all first and foremost, you're with people that you know, that have a sense of who you are, family, where you're coming from, and could more understand what your needs are. You know, because as a Mohawk community, in education anyway, as professionals, we have a sense that they are just like our children. So how do you expect to interact with your children? Well, first and foremost, there has to be a sense of love, care, and that you want to be able to provide the best learning opportunities for them. Because for me, if I would just reflect back in my own educational career, I guess, if you will, even though it was on the reserve, like there was not always native teachers that were there, and there wasn't always this sense of language and culture. So in retrospect now, thinking back what the kids have today, they have like so much going for them now. Parents should just capitalize on that, because I feel that our kids need that when they get older. If they're grounded in their roots, then when those winds of change, if you will come and maybe toy at them, that they'll be solid citizens and be able to make sound decisions in whatever they want to do in their life. What parents can expect from Garinuna is, first of all, qualified teachers who care about students. We have a smaller student population. When we look at the maximum teacher-student ratio, it's like 16-1 is the limit, but sometimes, you know, the average is about maybe 13, 14 students to one teacher. Then plus all the support services that we provide, like the teacher resource, the services, a student counselor, you know, so all of the things that are required for student success is all provided here. So what you can look at in a smaller school is quality as opposed to quantity. The whole curriculum is based on the MEQ, because there are certain competencies that kids have to know in any school, in any grade level, that says every child should be accomplishing these milestones within a given time. But where we do have free rein then is like in social studies. You know, we teach some of our own history. Who are we? Where do we come from? Why are we here? And where are we going when we leave this place? So looking at education, and what we are trying to offer as Gariruna School is to look at all of that, because it's our responsibility to look at all of the needs of the child, and it's usually based on, you know, the medicine wheel, if you will, like the 4 quadrants of physical, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. The language and culture component, you know, like looking at the Thanksgiving address, the Hondogari Wedekwa, the traditional teachings, our own creation story, and aspects of the Longhouse traditions, ceremonies, exposing our kids to all of that, so that they feel good about themselves. Because we've taken over our own education system, we, you know, have the best of looking at the two worlds and saying, all right, what could we do and what could we craft that will make us unique? K4, which essentially is nursery, is a door-to-door pickup. So the kids are dropped off at 9 o'clock and are dismissed at 2. Just some of the professional development that the teachers have received through the years, you know, is just to help them, to inspire them to love to learn, but at the same time trying to get them to start to comprehend and speak and build that foundation for the language. So for this coming new school year in September of 2010, so far we have 26 students who have registered. So they still have till the end of August to register at Gariruna School. But there is a cutoff at 32 students, because what that translates to in the classroom is then that we have a maximum teacher-student ratio of 16-1, as opposed to on the outside where you're like 25 and 30. When I get visitors come to a school, a lot of times they're always amazed, like this, it seems so peaceful and quiet, and like, you know, there's a certain atmosphere. And it all has to do with promoting and being part of what I feel like is extended family, because essentially we are. You know, a student may forget what you have taught him or her, but a student will never forget how you made them feel. So it's to always try to, you know, promote that sense that of love and care, and that we're trying to do the best of our ability to give the kids the best educational opportunities that we can.